Welcome back again, back-to-back videos, yeah. But anyway, here we are with the second video, kind of trying to figure out my kind of settings on OBS, because yeah, I tried to do a race, race B, race C. It was the last days, the beginning of March, like 2nd or 3rd of of the week of March, I might say, because the Gran Turismo was coming out in 4th of March, and yeah, I did need to at least get familiar back to this kind of game to see, because the physics were again kind of similar. I expected it to be kind of similar, but not really that similar. But here we are, just trying to do a race. I decided to go with the Viper. I had no idea that which was the fastest car, but I had an idea that the Audi TT was the best, kind of the best in this, not the best, but the best car to use for qualifying. But on the race it's kind of different, because the Audi TT has one weird thing with the front wheels, like it kind of understeers a lot. And yeah, anyway, going into the first race, getting a big tire warm up from the Spaniard in front of me. How come I didn't get it? But anyway, it is what it is. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. This was actually, I was surprised to like qualify in P2, because it was just a jump in with the Viper, and it was different, I might say, because the Viper is actually good in straight line speed. Cornering is kind of good, I might say, above average, because it does hook. It has a big wing, and like the tires, since it has a massive engine in the front, V10, I think it's around 6 liters or something, 6 or 7, and yeah, it does help with the cornering, because and the wing as well behind the big wing, as you see there, it has it helps a lot with the putting the power down through to the wheels, and from the wheels to the road. And it wasn't really the beginning or the best start of the race, I must say, because as you see, the Spaniard was just pulling away, and that's the good thing about the Audi. It has good acceleration, even from our standpoint. When it gets the power down, like, it's really good. As he's just pulling away now, he's 1.3 seconds ahead of me. And looking behind, actually just looking at the radar, you see there the other Audi TT, the other Belgian, who has the white Audi, is just coming like quickly behind me. I might say, using a split trim, I might say that quickly behind me. Okay, but anyway, it does manage to make the move. It goes a little bit defensive, yeah, because I had kind of a better run of the corner on that spot, and right here trying to keep up with them was it was kind of a challenge, because starting off, the tires are not really up to temperature. But towards the end of lap 1, I was kind of gaining on them, but wasn't really the best, not really enough to make a move. Like some of these corners, like you see there, they had to brake, but for me, I just had to let off the throttle and just coast in, and using a lot of you see there, the truck. And he wasn't using a lot of that, because I think the only problem with the Audi TT, the tires kind of, they tend to is it understeer or oversteer? I think it's oversteer. No, it's understeer. Yeah, I need to get those terms. Like, I do sometimes, I remember them, but sometimes they just fly off my head. But anyway, it wasn't really that much. I tried just to keep up with them. I was quick in the Viper, and everybody else was left behind. You see there in the top right on the map. Like, there was just a 10-second gap between the top 3 who were in the podium, and the second group. And it was good, using most of the curbs right there, using most of the track limits, and that was a race, because nothing really much happened. I just had to just follow it through, and moving on to the other race, which was really amazing. I actually missed the track a lot, and having a good like kind of memory with the next track, which is into Nürburgring. The GP and the Notchlife are combined, which is actually one of the most, like, it is intense. It is going to be really, really, I knew it was going to be intense, because like a slight mistake could like ruin your race, which I made a lot. It did start, like, I did just did just a random qualifying, just so that I don't end up into the last part, or on the race line. And I did manage with He did manage to put me up in P8, which is not bad. Starting off, oh, okay. The the super right there cutting the corner and getting reset back a million years before, and yeah, a lot of commotion there in that turn two, in that hairpin, that double hairpin, because it is usually a lot of chaos through the first sector on the GP circuit, going down into, I think, the Dunlop hairpin, I think, because that does as well. Uh, getting positions in places that, like, people just taking advantage of the mistakes, as I see the German here outbreaks himself, giving me a free position, going up into P4, which is actually amazing. I didn't expect to be in P4. I was just thinking, like, since I've not played this game in a while, and actually it was, I think, the second day on this, before it reset, and here we are. No, wait, second day. Today's Saturday, Sunday. Oh yeah, I'm recording this. So yeah, it was a few days because I started racing this on Wednesday or Thursday. I think that's when I did the races. Wednesday morning, I believe, if I'm not wrong, just before the edge of the Gran Turismo 7 coming up. But I did manage to catch up with this driver, the Czech driver, right here, which actually, I've been having a lot of incidences with Czech drivers for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, they kind of defend a lot, I might say, because they, like, you see, they was all over the track. I had no idea where to go. I just ended up going into the grass, which again here went in defensive because he saw it was coming in quick, and then he kind of breaks himself, and still going in, he just turns all the way to the right side, just trying to block me off for no apparent reason. Like, if you, I was quicker than him, 100%. I see that he was just wasting time with the guys who P2 and P1 were just pulling away from me. And right here, he makes a mistake. You're supposed to take that curb so that your car doesn't get unstable. And as you see there, he just didn't have the right grip, and he ended up spinning around, which kind of almost made me dead, but good thing I saved it. I just had to get off the throttle and just a little bit stamp on the brake so that I get the car back into the truck. And moving forward, right here, for some reason, I just looked away for like a second and forgot the racing line and ended up spinning around. I see this little mistake right here. If I had gotten back on the straight, I got reset. So that, like, lost me, like, let's say 10-15 seconds. But you see there, everybody else who was behind me caught up. So I'm all the way down into P7 again. We're almost right where I started off. And it isn't the best thing to do. I know, making mistakes, it's unavoidable. Like, it just happens. Like, the track is unpredictable. Your brain kind of forgets that there's a bump here or something like that. There is the correct line to take a corner, and yeah, the track punishes you, like, a lot. And this game actually does. When you dip two tires onto the grass, it really punishes you on that. If you can't catch it in time, the car will spin, and it's hard to get it back into control because, again, this track has a weird setting on dirty tires, because you can have dirty tires for like 3 or 4 corners consecutively, and then if you don't manage to maintain those tires, yeah, it will be hell for you. But, and you see here, the yellow flag, somebody spun off, getting punished by the track limits. As you see here, if you take advantage of the track limits in the Nordschleife, you can't take, but it is ballsy. You see, going 3 wide, almost 3 wide in that. And this is one of the places where I'm really afraid of the track, because the track is not flat. It's concave, I may think, or convex. Is it concave or convex? Going down to here, because it's really tricky. If you dip 2 tires onto the grass, you will definitely spin, or the car will become so unsettled that you lose time trying to catch the rear end. And as you heard, it was okay for that big group of cars in that sector, which is really scary. As you hear, the back of the Czech driver actually giving him kind of a bump into going up into P2, and then the Greek driver right here goes a little bit too defensive, tries to go on the outside, but kind of does it, kind of doesn't, because I still remain in P4. And again, this is where I'm saying, like, if you get a good slipstream onto the back straight of this race, you will get a big kind of push. You can see here just the right amount of only the other M6 behind me trying to get the slipstream of the both of us, and just fast forward because this is a really long straight. Good thing I don't know why he didn't defend there, but I was really afraid because this point right here, the braking point right, it's really hard to get it right, and you can really get murdered. Let's see, almost a Czech driver goes on the back of me, and good thing I survived because it was really amazing. And again, sometimes I say in the previous video, GT Sport just comes with the perfect combinations, like with the cars, with the track, and with the tires you use, and actually the wear as well of the tires and the fuel consumption. So we're starting off in lap 2 of the notch level, getting a drink because I'm kind of a little bit parched, as well as losing control of the rear end, which makes me lose a position, actually 2 positions, as the other German driver goes into the inside of the Czech driver and actually manages to make the move done, and it goes a little bit too deep. So these two were actually really fighting, I might say, because it was kind of a weird dynamic between the both of them, because everybody wants to be on the podium at the end of the finish line. I see that the German goes a little bit too defensive on that line, and I'm just watching here, so just waiting for them to make one of them to make a mistake so that they can take advantage of that. And waiting behind as well is not the best, because the driver behind me, the driver in the Lancer, the Mitsubishi Lancer, is actually gaining on us. He's actually as well watching, going through the side of the Czech driver, almost lost it there, and trying to gather the car back into form. And right here, I was thinking we could make it 3 wide going up into this, but the Czech driver had other ideas and sends me into the gravel, which loses me a lot of time. As you see there, now they're really gone, and I have really dirty tires. And I know, like, I see there on the far left, I knew I was done for, because the grip levels of the car was set all the way down to 0. Because as you see here, going in, going to the wall, can't even control the car completely. Going down all the way down into first gear so that I can have proper gain my composure, get the composure of the car. And you see that down here, I hit the bump badly, again, doing another mistake, which, again, mistake just follow up, as I said before, like, if you have dirty tires, like, if you don't get those tires up to optimum operating situations, I might say, because it will end up having a bad effect on the race, on the lap completely. You will lose a lot of time. You see there, getting punished again for hitting the barrier, and it wasn't the best. So finally I did manage to get the tires in form, went in for the pass, and the group driver just decided to turn in on me. I don't know, the problem with this game was that it did not punish incidences like that. Like, he was supposed to get like a 3-second penalty for getting pushing car off track, I might say, and he does get karma here. I smile a little bit for that, but in the end, in the carousel, I also get almost lost it there, going up into the carousel, I might say, hitting the carousel perfectly, which actually was really hard, and I just got onto the power just a little bit earlier than expected, and ended up into the barrier again. So the Greek driver, I think that's Greek, right? That's a Greek flag, or I'm not going to say the Lancer driver, gets past me, cans the defense a lot. And funny thing as well, P4 was just in line, but see here, I still have a 1.5-second penalty to serve. The Russian in P1 already done with the race, so just a minute to try and manage get to the far end, but again, dipping 2 tires onto the grass punishes you a lot, and I ended up doing 2 360s, and yeah, losing a lot of time, which isn't the best. It's not the best way to end a game, or end the streak on any race that you want to do. And I lost a lot of time during those time, and anyway, ended up finishing in P7. I would have finished all the way up in P2, but again, the notch life punishes you for a lot of mistakes that you end up doing. But anyway, hope you did enjoy the video. Hope to see you in GT7 watching the videos, and take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'm going to be posting, getting back into posting more videos. I want to get back into the right state of mind and get more videos popping. But anyway, check you on the next one. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and see you. Take care of yourself.